Moje ime je Dino Božanić, imam 31 godinu, dolazim iz ribarskog mjesta Komiža na našem najudaljenijem naseljenom otoku, Visu, gdje sam se vratio nakon završenog studija kako bih se profesionalno bavio ribolovom i naslijedio obiteljsku tradiciju.
Fishermen felt the benefit.
More shrimps and scampi.
The most important area.
Jabuka pit story.
Support this decision.
For the son of my son.
We could do this together.
Alors aujourd'hui, on parle d'un sujet important, celui des zones de reconstitution des stocks de poissons dans la Méditerranée. Les FRA sont des outils qui ont été créés au sein de la Commission générale des pêches en Méditerranée.
One very important area of the Adriatic Sea is Jabuka Pomo Pit. It is area which is located in the central part of the Adriatic Sea.
It is like a heart which is pumping blood and life all around the coastlines.
La biodiversité en Méditerranée est en déclin, avec des écosystèmes vulnérables menacés par la surpêche, par d'autres activités humaines aussi.
In 2015, we succeed to establish a protection zone in the Jabuka pit area for 1 year.
Italy and Croatia found an agreement and they decided to jointly protect the area.
But unfortunately, it was open for the fishery and we destroyed all positive effect after just few weeks.
Yeah, that lasts too short because we didn't have enough time to see is this fish bigger, is there any more fish? So this decision to reopen Jabuka pit in this short time was failure.
And then it was open and protected again in 2017. Thanks to the MedReact intervention, it was proclaimed as fishery restricted area and permanently protected in 2021 year.
In 2017, we decided to propose the Jabuka Pomo Pit area as a fishery restricted area to the GFCM.
Aujourd'hui, on est là pour parler d'une success story qui a directement bénéficié aux pêcheurs de l'Adriatique. C'est cette success story, c'est la zone de la fosse de Jabuka Pomo. Alors c'est une zone qui a été créée en 2017 au sein de la CGPM. Elle est située dans la mer Adriatique, qui comprend une zone de réserve intégrale où la pêche de fond est interdite.
What nobody was really expecting, I think, was the extraordinary results that the area produced in a very short time. We spoke with both the Italian, the Croatian scientists who have been monitoring the area. They were the first to really be surprised. By protecting just 1% of the Adriatic, the effects were that a sort of engine was created, a regenerating engine for the Adriatic.
Now we cannot see rock, Pomo or Jabuka, and from this line, Mulo and Blitvenica, 3 miles from this place is close to fishing.
And the protected area is practically close to fishing.
It's always closed.
Svi su bili protiv zatvaranja jer jednostavno sami nismo mogli vjerovati da će zatvaranje određenog područja toliko nakon nekog vremena dobrobiti donijeti. Sad je donijela.
It is biologically the most important area. There is spawning and nursery area for the most important species in the Adriatic Sea and the most important fishing ground in the Adriatic Sea. 30% of the Croatian fishery come from there and also 30% of the Italian fishery come from there.
Lukrecija i aglonije se cujemo. A ništa, evo gremo puli jabuke, bit će još jedna ura voza, jednu 5-6 mi do pozicije, kad ste vi tamo. When you're hearing the word ban for the fishermen, you don't like it, you know, when somebody is telling you, you won't be able to fish.
Područje po područje se treba otvarati, zatvarati, ali Jabučka kotlina je zatvorena trajno i ne treba više otvoriti. Ja mislim da smo dobili dobar učinak toga. Iako ih ima još poput mog oca koji su protiv toga.
Pa protiv zabrane, rekao sam vam lipo, protiv zabrane u jednom mjeri, a ne ovo što se danas zakonom, nijedan zakon nije rodio plodom, pa neće ni ovi.
On the first moment the Jabuka Pomo pit was be protected, we are not be happy because it's new restrict area for us. But after 1 year, we see we catching better around the zone.
Sami ribari kažu, ja osobno nisam ribar, rekao sam, evo ovdje sam u poslu ovome, ali sami ribari su zadovoljni sa kvalitetom ulova oko Jabučne kotline.
When we working normal, we catch more hake, more shrimps and scampi also. And
it is clear that after establishment regime of protection, there is a very strong increase in total catch, in catch of the hake, Norway lobster, shrimps, anglerfish, flatfish.
The size of the merluzzo and the amount we are catching, it's much higher.
Već danas se osjeti veličina samoga škampa i veličina samoga mola, brojnost samoga mola i veličina mola.
There is increase of everything.
The area would become important on the edges of the restricted area because of the spillover effect. So the larger fish would, migrate around and so on. So for the animals, it would become easier to catch more bigger prey, and that in the longer term, that would or could become an important area also for dolphins.
In non-take zone, there is improvement of the biomass of the all key species, especially of the hake and Norway lobster, of squaliforms, which are indicators of the status of the resources.
This area is visited by a number of other large marine vertebrates. One of the very interesting and particular species is fin whales, which are usually appearing in the Jabuka pit in the spring.
A positive effect also in buffer zone.
To close this area, we catch better. When I compare the past my boat, how I fishing, I see that I catch 20% better. That is most important thing for people who working here on this area.
U periodu nakon zabrane jasno je vidljiv oporavak stoka oslića gdje se love mnogo veći primjerci, posebice u graničnim zonama. Kako je oslić postao upravo neka nova glavna komercijalna vrsta otočkih ribara, to je potaknuo i nekakav dašak optimizma u ribarstvu nakon dugi niz godina.
We are thinking to do something similar in the southern Adriatic Sea, and it is refuges area for majority of the species because till now there is no so high fishing pressure to the resources.
Ali to ćemo onda zabraniti cijeli Jadran.
Nećemo, nego samo određena područja da vidimo da se riba mristi. Ne sviđa mu se. A vidi, a ne sviđa mu se.
It's not punishment for fishermen. It's because punishment if you cannot working, but we working around and working better. It's absolutely different thing.
It's very hard to older fishermen to explain you have to close something. I'm speaking every day with my father.
When I was a kid, my father was owning a boat. He was also a professional fisherman in earlier days. But it wasn't a profitable way of living. It was just a way of surviving on the island because you didn't have any other kind of duty to do to have a decent kind of living on the island.
Ne mogu se sjetiti kad sam počeo ribariti, to je bilo dosta davno. I onda smo mi ribari imali svoje zakone, onda smo lovili koliko nam je bilo u tom momentu potreba i to je bila potrošnja našeg stanovništva, ovako bilo je bolje.
Okay, you know, we have now modern tools which are more efficient than in the past time. So we are in danger for the reason that who will tell us what is the limit not to pass?
Zabrana je najbolja kad čovjek brani sam sebi.
Fishermen felt the benefit.
Me and other fishermen support this decision and
Tražili smo zabranu Jabučke kotline, ustrajali i s jedne i s druge strane ribari zajedno sa institutom, sa svima ostalima. Došli smo do toga da se ipak ta Jabučka kotlina zabrani i da se zabrani trajno i smatramo da je to nešto možda najbolje do sada što se dogodilo i smatramo da bi je trebalo čak i proširiti. Naše mišljenje.
The fishermen are watching over the Jabuka pit. I could show you lots of incidents a few years ago that happened. Now those incidents from Croatian side are rarely and by mistake if they enter the zone.
Ali moramo sami sebi staviti neka ograničenja. Moramo sami sebe prisiliti da neka područja ne diramo.
This is the area of Jabuka pit. Small black triangles are all kind of vessels. Most of these triangles are fishing vessels, but we also have some different kind of vessels just passing through. This is no-take area, fishery restricted area. And this is buffer area 1, buffer area 2, where you can fish with special license in special conditions.
Sreća pape, pa ima iza vas, ostaje i drugi. Oni jesu razmišljali o tome da su bili protiv. A sad kad su vidjeli koliko je to urodilo plodom i koliko od toga imamo napretka, sad je to već nešto drugo.
You don't need that amount of time to recover the fish stock because we could see the changes almost in 1 year, and I'm proud that I can speak publicly now about that. I za kraj želio bih reći kako mi je želja da ovaj posao kojeg volim i kojim se bavim učinimo svi skupa održivim i kako bi oni koji će doći iza mene od ribarstva mogli živjeti i nastaviti tradiciju. Eto, toliko od mene. Hvala na pozornosti. I think it's very important to speak about it loudly, to introduce it to the other fishermen, to other nations.
Because it is possible. If Croatia and Italy made this kind of decision jointly and alone, then this can be done between other countries like France and Italy, Spain and France, and even the North African countries.
This Jabuka pit story was a great introducing story in a future decision, because this is the perfect example. How can you make a good story for local citizens, for a fishing industry from the fishing ban, and gives us some kind of a hope for future fishing and not leaving the island like many other of our generation, which are leaving the country, not only the island.
L'enjeu, c'est que les professionnels puissent continuer à vivre de leur pêche dans le futur, dans des écosystèmes en bonne santé.
I dobro, aj sad po tebi Jabučka kotlina, zabrana I to sve skupa. Jel to ima učinka ili nema?
Pa glup čovjek bi rekao da nema učinka, ima učinka.
Jel to dobro ili to nije dobro?
To je dobro, ali je trebalo misliti dosta ranije, možda I u moje vrijeme, da ne dođe do toga da se ovo danas napravi.
Nečemu nešto zabraniti I da nismo samo sada mi krivi za to što se dogodilo. If you don't see results immediately, fishermen don't want to do that.
You need to be patient, like the fishermen are patient with their catches.
My family is whole in fishing industry. My father was on the ship. I'm also on the ship. My wife has a fishing market where she sells the fish which we bring in fishing.
Zaštitom jabuke mislim da cjelokupni riblji fond bi se obnovio, da bi I ova dica naša nakon nas imala šta raditi.
This is going to be an example and a model to replicate across the Med, because let's not forget, the Mediterranean fish stocks are still overfished by 78%.
Large area conservation for a long time period, and then this is the way how to recover environments.
Dans ma région, sur le pourtour français de la Méditerranée, je rencontre régulièrement des pêcheurs qui sont témoins de la diminution des ressources halieutiques et de la dégradation du milieu marin. Alors, on a certains de ces pêcheurs qui sont porteurs d'initiatives ambitieuses pour protéger la Méditerranée, qu'ils appellent leur jardin, et on les appelle les gardiens de la mer.
We need to think it long term, not just short.
So there is a general feeling among the fishermen of this area that the FRA of the Jabuka Pomo pit has actually worked very well.
It's much, much better.
Okay. So if you had the opportunity to talk to the Mediterranean fishermen about this experience, what would you tell them?
I have already said to other Mediterranean fishermen to do something similar like Jabučka kotlina.
Don't afraid, try this solution, what we do here on these FRA zones, because after 1 or 2 years they will see the catch much better.
Just start and do something.
And we hope the continues this FRA zone.
Yeah, and now the area enjoys permanent protection, so it's something that we leave to our children,
Yes.
to the next generation.
Yes.
It's a good story.
When I was a boy, we, as children, we made such boats to organize fishing and sailing. So it was very, very important toy. It was not possible to buy such toys. And I did it for my grandson, who is 6 years old. That is connection between me and my grandson. Navigare necesse, vivere non.